mulata. Caminas. Ay, mamita, camina, anda. Caminas. Dale un poquito para acá. Caminas.
Hey, Common Sister, thank you so much for joining us. Today we are talking with filmmaker Kenneth Castillo and his lovely actor wife, Karla Ojeda. Today we are talking about how we as a Latino community can support our artists. I'm a believer that if I see somebody in my community doing something, it's not an option, I need to support. I've been in Hollywood for almost 40 years, and every year it's going to be the year of the Latinos, and it never happens. And I think that at some point you have to stop waiting for it to happen, and you have to make it happen. You can't bitch and complain about people not going to see your work if you don't go and support your fellow artists.
Right.
You can't. What I hate about the Latinos in this business, I'm going to tell you right now, is they're bullshit artists. Because they will say, oh yeah, let's protest, let's do that. You can protest all you want, but that's old. Let's support our people. We bitch and complain about how black people are moving the ball and they keep doing this, but they have figured out, I don't have to like you to support your work. You don't have to be my best friend. I don't have to know you. But just by the fact that you are Latino and you are doing something that not many people are doing, I need to help you move that ball, because if you succeed, I succeed. Mm-hmm. But if I'm bitching and complaining that every year the survey says there aren't any Latinos working, that's not really moving the ball.
And something that he probably won't mention, but I will. His genre is the urban genre. He's had a lot of people that will contact him or let him know that they're not going to support him because of the stereotypical characters.
Bullshit.
But
they'll go support white people who are doing the stereotypical character.
You said it right there.
But if he's doing it, right, and it's actors they don't know, it's stereotypical. If Edward James Olmos is doing it and he's playing a gangster, oh, it's art. Or if some other well-known
actor. Like I said, bullshit. I call bullshit.
And he's had people that will intentionally let him know that they are not supporting him because of what he is doing. And I said, have you seen the movie? No. Have you seen Cholo Chaplin? No, but I don't like the name. Well, if you see it, you'll get that it's the anti-Cholo. And even if he was a Cholo, all his characters are multi-dimensional characters. They're not just the Cholo. The women in his scripts all have strong roles and have amazing backgrounds, and they're fully developed characters, which is something that Hollywood doesn't get right. When I used to audition, I had 5 different Chola outfits. I had the slutty Chola, the LA Kings Chola, I had the, whatever, because that's all I was going out for. But they were written very
because they don't know our people.
They were written stereotypical. He knows that world. He grew up in that world. I grew up in that world. So there's a level of authenticity and a wholeness to those characters that doesn't exist in Hollywood.
I'm not disagreeing with anything.
My thing is, there are so many of us. If we all just band together and stop separating each other. Well, I'm not going to support you because I'm Puerto Rican and you're Mexican, and my story is different from yours. Our stories are different, but they're human stories, and we need to just say, look, whatever Latino project goes up, we're all going that first weekend to say we want to look at Asian, crazy rich Asian.
Yeah.
They have been killing it at the box office. We have to stop shaming each other and love on each other, because that's the only way we're going to get our artists to be better.
I would just say, partly why you maybe don't know my work is that I don't necessarily toe a line in terms of the same arguments that are made every year about why we're not working in this industry. I've been doing this a long time. I've been behind the curtain. And the main reason why a lot of us are not working behind the wall is that there's such a lack of altruism among our own people, so that if someone does get a show or someone does get an opportunity, they don't want to ruffle feathers to bring another Latino in, because there has to be Ava DuVernay, to me, has shown the way. She's someone who's doesn't just talk the talk, she walks the walk. She's been very outspoken about Hollywood and the problems, but she's followed it with success, and she's created opportunities. She goes out of her way to find female filmmakers that haven't gotten an opportunity to direct TV, and she brings them onto their show. We don't have that, you know what I mean? And I don't have a problem with Latinos that are successful not helping us. I do have a problem with that! I don't have a problem with that. You have to make your own career, I get it. But don't go on a panel and talk about how we have to support each other, when I know for a fact you're not giving us opportunities behind, and then come out here and go accept your award at some other conference or whatever, and everyone just is like this because they want to get a picture with this person who's successful. But I always say, why don't they ask the question, who have you helped and how? That question never gets answered. And so I'm not asking for anyone to give me an opportunity. I'm trying to earn my opportunity. My problem is the hypocrisy. Don't be that Latino that has made it and tell us all how we need to support your show and we need to do this, that, and the other, and then you're not putting us behind the camera. We can't assume that success of those certain individuals is going to open doors for us. It hasn't over the years. We're making the same argument. How come you have an iPhone right now, the iPhone 7 can go and you can shoot a feature film with that? I don't know any Latinos that I know of that are doing that, because you know why? It's not glamorous. They want the lights and the cameras, and they want to be able to, but taking your little phone. I shot 2 mini documentaries and 2 short films on my iPhone. And when I tell people that, they're like, how did you do that? There are ways to make it look really incredible. I am very outspoken towards Latin Hollywood, because I feel like Latin Hollywood has taken Hollywood, which is this being that they criticize and want to be a part of, and instead of doing something better and fresher, they're just doing a Latin version of a system that they don't like, and so that's where I have an issue with it. So I don't participate in a lot of film festivals and conferences and stuff like that, because I don't see that moving our people forward, and I don't understand why filmmakers that are just starting out go to these places when there isn't even a proven. Do your homework, investigate. Find out what's working and what's not working. And if all you want is a red carpet picture with a Latino celebrity, that's really easy to get. But if what you want is a career, you have to make the dedication. You have to do the work. You have to help other people. Even if they burn you, you have to help other people succeed in what they're doing, because that's just a given. That's just going to happen.
Here's the thing. We have to learn to be generous. I want to know who's out there doing something fresh. Mm-hmm. I use a lot of interns. I never find Latinos to bring on to mentor. They don't show up. Mm-hmm. Or they show up and tell me they can't work because they got to get paid this amount of money. Mm-hmm. Instead of looking at, this is an opportunity to get a lot of information so that I can get to the next level. We are so backwards in our thinking. We will go and support, white projects, white artists, but we have such shame about our backgrounds, our rich history. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is you have white writers jacking our stories,
right,
and not telling them right. White directors jacking our projects and not telling them right. We have to get out of that slave and welfare mentality, like give me mine. We have gotten into this thing about being a gatekeeper.
It took me a while to realize it, but there was a time probably after my 4th feature film where I was really kind of frustrated because I wasn't getting a lot of support from my film community. The Latino audience has been there for every single one of my projects. That's why I have 7 of them. The Latino film community has not, and that's okay.
It's not okay.
My point is, I just was telling her, I go, I don't know what it is, and I think part of it was there was a jealousy involved. Well, we're not going to help you because you keep working and working and working. You don't necessarily need it. Film festivals in particular, I'm not a film festival darling, but again, I say that's fine. What bothers me is when I do see the films that get in, and I do see the filmmakers get in, and they don't do another project at all. You talk about people appropriating our stories. I've had my work copied, and then
not copied. You've had your work jacked. Let's call a spade a spade.
I've had my work jacked, and then go get into festivals that have rejected my stuff. I'm probably the only filmmaker who got rejected by the Los Angeles Film Festival, because they're the only film festival I sent all my work to. So 7 films got rejected 8 times. They rejected Marigold twice in 1 week. But like I've said in the past, it doesn't really matter because I keep going, and there isn't one festival, even Sundance, that really, and that's another thing. Sometimes it's just about ego stroke. You know, I look at it now, what can help me get this film out? And with social media, they've made the film festival pretty obsolete, in my opinion.
I don't want you listening to this thinking that we're bitching and complaining about this.
But let's have an honest dialogue.
We're just
for
saying
once.
what is really going on.
Yeah.
Unlike people who do bitch and complain, we are moving the ball. You can't bitch and complain and have 7 projects. It takes a lot of energy to focus on your work.
That's the thing. As I say, you know, don't worry about what everyone else is doing. If this is what you want to do, you'll find a way. We live in a great time. Technology-wise has leveled the playing field. There is no excuses. Here's the thing, though. It's that easy and it's that hard. I don't charge for my time. Filmmakers have reached out to me over the years, and if they send me a coherent message and I feel like they want to learn something, I'll meet with them. But sometimes they want a formula. They want to know, well, what is it that you do? And then they see how unglamorous it is. But I love telling stories. So I'm willing to take the hits. I'm willing to deal with how difficult it is because it's worth it to me to be in the back of the house and see my movie play and watch this audience going, take me on a journey. It's all worth it for me at that point. If it's not, that's okay for you. But you have to understand that the work has to be done. It's not easy.
So tell the audience how they can find your work.
KennethCastilloFilm.com is the best way to find my work. You can also Google Cholo Chaplin. You'll find all 12. There's 13 shorts I have out there of that series. It's a character that takes place in the Day of the Dead. Sounds a lot like Coco, but this was in 2004 is when I started doing this.
You also have a YouTube channel, yes?
Yeah, that's the same YouTube channel. A lot of my work can be found there, on Instagram and Vimeo. Yeah,
Okay.
I've got enough work out there that if they just Google my name, Kenneth Castillo, you'll find it. I've done several interviews as well.
And if people who are watching would like to financially support you, where should they go?
That you can go directly to the website. I have a donation button there. Everything I get from there goes directly to my film projects and marketing and promoting. Currently, I'm trying to get Marigold onto Netflix, and that takes a sales agent. That does take some money, but I'm holding out for Netflix on that. They don't have anything like this project. It's very French New Wave cinema, or what I call Chicano French New Wave cinema. And it's a very unique story. It's poetic, it's beautiful, and it deserves to be on Netflix.
Amen. Well, thank you so much for spending this time talking with me. I loved getting to know you a little bit.
Thank you so much.
And I am cheering you guys on. Whatever I can do to help the cause, I am there. Hard work is always rewarded.
I appreciate
you are
that.
getting the rewards because you are now officially on my prayer list.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
not only am I going to be there cheering you on, but I'm going to be there praying for open doors for you because
Thank you.
you cannot stop good work. You know, so keep doing the good work. It will be rewarded.
No, I appreciate you inviting us here, and a lot of times people don't see, especially my better half, that makes a lot of what I do possible. So the fact that you invited us both really means a lot to me. So, and just being a part of this and you doing your homework and doing your work, it's so important, and I'm just incredibly flattered that you would think of us.